Who is it?
It's Tom.
This is the first official podcast with none other than, I'm not going to do it, Tom Shepherd.
Yeah.
Let's go, brother. Mate, I've been trying to get a chat with you for a long time. It's been a while, hasn't it? And now I don't think I'm going to get a word in edgeways with these two, with these two Muppets. They've got some look at them with the laptops ready to hammer you. But mate, yeah, it's an absolute pleasure to have you here. How's Tricks?
Mate, it's a pleasure to be welcomed on.
Mate.
What an amazing place.
It's good, isn't it?
Do you know what I mean?
It's good fun.
It took me a while to find it, this dodgy door at the front.
Yeah, seedy.
Half we got there, and his thumb just came out with a watch on. And a thumb ring as well. I was like, wow, a thumb ring. That was it for a while.
Was it a watch on a wolf hand? Or?
Yeah, not seen a thumb ring since the 90s. Yeah, there's a lot to be said about that, isn't there?
A torch on his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, mental. So what the fuck am I walking into?
Welcome to Derby. This is where you finish. The story ends here.
Yeah, that was it. Podcast 1 done.
The sacrifice.
We just thought we would we'd start off with a little feature.
And high.
And high, obviously high. We'd start off with a little feature. What have we named the feature?
Enjoy the trip.
So it is the proof is in the title. We're gonna read you some of your TripAdvisor reviews.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
good
Don't worry, it doesn't end well for me either.
yeah. And then we'll get James Peck in as well.
Okay, perfect.
Go on then, Al. You take it away, Babs.
So,
Straight in there.
have you looked at your TripAdvisor?
Yeah,
do you keep an eye on it?
I don't keep an eye on it. I do.
Do you give a fuck?
Honest answer, yeah, I do. Honest answer, I do. Yeah, I do, because I think this is actually quite sort of mature response. I think there is value in some of the feedback.
Specifically TripAdvisor, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you have TOC as well, so the TOC reviews are also very, very good, which I also would read. I think validation is in the 5-star reviews because naturally that's what you aspire to do. But when you do get a not 5-star review, if it's 4, 3, 2, 1, then obviously you can take some context from that as well, I think. Others, no, but some, yes. So.
Yeah. That was a very, very professional answer.
It was,
and I think if we were off camera, there might have been a bit more...
It would be exactly the same, James.
Go on then, Al. Hit us with one.
So, did you know you were the 4th best restaurant in Lichfield according to TripAdvisor?
No.
Has this always been an aspiration of yours?
We're not supposed to upset him in the first 5 minutes.
I'm a little bit bemused at why I'm not number 1, actually.
Have we got...
I think this is just volume of reviews. You're the only 5-star.
Looking backtracking.
Okay.
So, being honest, it was quite hard to dig out some of the negatives.
Okay.
An awful lot of positives, but I'll start with a couple of positives.
Let's go.
So, the food at Upstairs by Tom Shepherd is on another level. Just stunning, clever, delicious. All the staff are a credit to the restaurant, and Tom is a really down-to-earth guy.
His voice is really changed.
You wait until he goes into the bad one. Okay, right.
He interacts with his diners much more than any of the Michelin chefs we visited. Always a pleasure to visit the restaurant and sets the bar very high. So, off the back of that,
What a lovely...
there's loads of good stuff about your food, your team, but the stuff about you personally,
Yeah.
is that anything, do you take anything out of that in terms of you're a down-to-earth guy? I think that's just a good thing to hear, right?
100%. I mean, to get that from a meal is incredible. So the fact that I'm coming out in that way is pretty good. I think all I would say is I make myself always available. So if anyone wants to have a chat or have a photo, I will never not do that. I'm not a precious soul in essence of that at all. And equally, we help the front of house out. We want to interact with our guests because that's just the restaurant we are at the end of the day. That's interact with them while they're here, but also interact with them on social media, on emails, etc. We want it for them to come upstairs and feel very comfortable. Yeah. And if that's seeing me and me being down to earth, then that's absolutely fantastic. We're not precious. We're not a precious restaurant.
I think there's a fine line, isn't there, with not just walking around the restaurant for the whole service, just being that pony.
Well, no,
you want to be in the kitchen. I think it's
course.
understanding that
dynamic.
Yeah.
The irony of that review, which I think is superb, and those guests, who I don't know who they are, but they've really understood what we're about. we'll also get a negative review saying that Tom should spend more time at tables and he should touch tables and he should touch my wife, etc., which is just fucking ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? But unfortunately, I'm just like, man, I'm not a fucking puppet. Do you know what I mean? It's like I'm still a chef and we still cook food. And I think the expectations on food alone is one, but then also people follow massive expectations on people, and more so me in my respect. So it is quite difficult to manage that. And there's always that sentence when the more you offer and more you give, the more they want.
Yeah.
So I think if I wasn't there from the get-go,
We're going to have to find a doppelganger.
Well, exactly, or just be comfortable with the fact I'm not there. But because I am and I do make myself available, I think people would always want a little bit more.
Yeah. Well, the next one actually comes on to talk about your team a bit. So it says, the staff are perfect, can't fault them, utterly engaged, human, friendly, motivated, just nice, knowledgeable, informed, able and willing to engage us as customers.
Yeah.
Now, I think the conversation point there is, can you train people to be like that? Or is this about, are you trying to find the right person that can do it? Like, what's your view on that?
That's a really good question, really good review. We mentioned it before camera about the ethos and the culture, and that is the most important thing. So you can naturally train anybody, to obviously serve something in a certain way. You can't really train someone to have a personality. And obviously you can try and get it out of them, but if they're not comfortable in that sort of, on that platform, then there's no point. So for me, there's an ethos and culture which I set from before we even opened the door, was I wanted to create a restaurant that was comfortable, that was really engaging, very personable, but also allowed customers to feel unchallenged. And it's not just being unchallenged from the food, it's also being unchallenged by people. I don't want people to feel they have to eat their food in a certain way. I don't want to make people feel they have to sit in a certain way. If they want to slouch and wear shorts and flip-flops in upstairs, they absolutely can, because the black and white of it, to be honest, is the fact that they're paying the exact same money.
Everyone's money's the same colour.
And if they're wearing three-piece suits and that's how they see upstairs, that's absolutely fine. But if table one sees it as a real relaxed environment where they can feel comfortable in shorts and socks, that's also absolutely fine. Yeah. And to me, it's like I treat everyone exactly the same, and that's really important. So fast forward to employment. To be honest, the CVs have gone out the fucking window now. And the reason being because I've got some of the experience who's a sack of shit. And I'll also get someone who's worked at Specsavers, who's now coming up to their third year with us. And he's fucking amazing. Yeah. And it's like, he's never worked in the industry. But, mate, when I interviewed him and had a chat with him, I really engaged with him. Yeah. And the first thing that came into my mind was like, well, if he's like that with me, fucking hell, what's he going to be like with guests? And that's what we want. So we can train the rest. And also, what comes off the back of that is because they've also found a job that they really enjoy, and they're like, I never even thought of this. This is amazing. It's much better than selling fucking specs. Yeah. So they're like, actually, I love this. And then they start believing in what you do and the ethos, and then start projecting it to other people. Yeah. Customers included. Yeah. So then you get repeat customers who are going, I fucking just love it. I don't I've had the same dish 10 times, but it's not about that. It's actually about the interaction, catching up with you, seeing this, seeing that. And I have noticed some reviews will say, we also spoke to Victoria, and she mentioned about she's going away for the weekend. I hope she had a lovely weekend. And I'm like, what the fuck? That's a review, that is. But what a lovely sentence. They obviously feel comfortable enough to actually relate to that, which is great.
Well, when we dropped off some stuff for you a couple of weeks ago, I took an apprentice with us, and he left, and I said to him, "What's it like? That's your first Michelin star, restaurant experience. Not having we didn't eat there. We just dropped some stuff off. And he went, do you know what? The vibe was dead good. Yeah. And that was, Mike was in there, and someone doing a flower arrangement. And that was all that was. That was all that was of. Yeah. Upstairs at that point, but he got that feeling from it, and it's mega. How you can?
Would you agree? It's a culture that you set. You set that standard. You create this culture.
Absolutely.
You just need to get people to buy into it. It's so important. You create a culture. People get with it. If they don't, it doesn't work out.
Listen, it doesn't work for everyone. I've worked in restaurants that are military, and I wouldn't say they suited me, but I also I was able to get the best out of it. So you're always able to. I always ask people who come in, you don't need to completely sort of adopt what we do and become someone new. Just appreciate what we're doing and respect it and try and get on board with it. That's all it is. And it's not a massive ask, because at the end of the day, again, like we alluded to earlier, it's like it's going to improve you as well. And it might not improve you to the way you thought, but it's going to give you a completely different differential how to serve. how to offer a service, how to offer a product, how to deliver a product. So when you go somewhere else, you may have learnt something and then gone, actually, this is completely different, but what I've learnt upstairs, this could actually be implemented here and it would benefit you.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
They grow with you. It's not about them just feeding your business as well. It's them growing in themselves, to them developing their own stories. Like you say, I've similar, in the kitchen, I had an apprentice that was a plumber 2 years ago, hated it. He, is one of my best young chefs, and he's been promoted on a section of CDP. And I had someone that was washing up 4 years ago. She won Young Chef of the Year last year. Wow. And it's taking people, capturing their imagination, taking them on a journey, getting them to believe. And I find you get more from that. I didn't look at any of their CVs. I do it the same way. You get more from personality, speaking to someone for 10 minutes, what makes you tick. And I feel like that's a new way of recruiting now. You're looking at them rather than what they've done or been. It
has to be, but hospitality is an amazing platform where personalities really do strive. You've got to have a bit of personality. Sure. You know what I mean? I think if you're getting that from a chat with them, the initial chat with them, they're gonna do pretty good, to be fair. So.
Nice. Cool. Talking of personalities, what are the bad ones?
There's one more good one I want to go because this delves specifically into some of your food, which we want to talk a bit about. So this one, the snacks were delightful. The scallop was so full of flavour.
Hand gestures now.
The sauce that cod was swimming in was good enough to be a course on its own. I could go on. The transitional Thai green curry was also one of the most unusual but delicious things I've ever tasted. Now, looking through your reviews, the scallop dish gets a lot of praise. Like, people call it out as a specific. What is it about that dish you think that really resonates with people?
I think it's unchallenging on the palate, but when you actually read it, you think, scallops and satay, how is that going to actually work? So I think straight away, you're not on the back foot, but straight away you're sort of questioning how it's going to be delivered. And then I think when you do try it, you're actually amazed, because any sort of premeditated sort of negative feeling towards the dish has been eradicated within one mouthful, I think. So, and then again, it's actually been exuded because you're like, fuck me, this is actually delicious. I think the placement in the menu as well is really important. The fact that you have these snacks, that I think our snacks are really unchallenging. They're snacks that just... I look at snacks as bar snacks. Like when you go out for a beer, you just want something to munch, don't you, essentially? But we obviously can't just do a bag of fucking crisps. Even though
if we did, they'd be good.
No. Literally, that would be decent. But no, we couldn't just do that. So like for us, it's like, no, these are our interpretation of snacks. But you got four at once, just pile them on. Any order you want to eat them in, enjoy. That's it. And just, we're going to leave you to it now. Like, have a drink, have whatever it is, and just enjoy them. And they're like, can you just carry on just fucking whipping these out? So from that, it's like, we can just do a snack restaurant. Yeah. But then we're like, no, we've also got some big hitters. And then to have the scallop as the very next, they're like, fuck the snacks.
Yeah,
like, these are, do you know what I mean? So it's like, and then like, whoever that reviewer was like, the cod. I mean, we've changed it to the same dish, but we use sea bass now. Some wild sea basses because it's banging season, it's delicious. But the sauce, we've just done, literally on the weekend, we did a little like pop-up in Gusbourne, which is down in Kent. And we did it with Gusbourne wine. Yeah. And we were literally, me and the guys who was with Luna and Noah, and we just got some sourdough bread and just started fucking tucking into it. And, oh shit! Oh Jesus Christ!
Oh my!
Introduce the wolf.
This is a terrifying prospect.
Thanks.
This is terrifying.
He has no home. He has no abode. He has no family. He lives in the cold.
He wears a thumb ring.
He wears a thumb.
And a head torch. And that was so random.
That didn't sound like enough wolfing to me.
No,
It sounded like
does not
words.
sound
Wolves
like
don't
enough
talk.
wolfing.
But
Or laugh.
Well, I reckon then, while we've got the
we're going
rum,
on these.
we do a bad review.
Yeah.
And then as we're talking about that, Al can whip up. What are you going to whip up, Al?
Go on now.
There's two options.
Oh, go on.
So we can do a creamy rum. I
rum.
read somewhere that you like a bit of Baileys at Christmas.
I love Baileys,
I've got an
mate.
alternative for Baileys to do with the rum, which I think might work quite nice.
Okay.
And I've also done it's a rum punch. So I've charred up some pineapple last night, juiced it.
What a guy.
There's two options you can choose. Make whichever you want. I'll make you both.
Yeah, can we do both?
Yeah,
Is that
big
all right?
time,
Because
yeah.
I'm a massive fan of
Gareth,
pineapple.
Wolfie will have to wash up the Yetis.
Not with those hands, he won't.
Let's jump to a couple of the less positive reviews.
Let's
shall
go.
we?
We call them learning curves.
So it's quite interesting that you talk about the starters, because there's one here. So it says, the amuse-bouche was lovely, although with 2 being very powerful flavours. It was a pity the chef hadn't put any thought into the suggested order that it was consumed. So, I mean, you've just kind of explained you want people to kind of do it in their own way, but this guy clearly wants to be told what order to eat his food.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
Like, how do you feel about that? Like,
Well, it's bizarre, isn't it? He's a grown man.
I'm totally with you.
Yeah, I think this is what I allude to with the expectations. I mean, we're not a restaurant that's going to tell you how to eat. We're just not a restaurant that does that. So we want the relaxing vibe is very one where we just say, listen, guys, like these are your snacks. There's no particular order to eat them in. If somebody say, oh, would you recommend one? And we would all would say, just start with the cold and walk through to the hot, because the hot's just come out the fryer and it could be a bit too hot. Yeah. So not burn you at all. But we may say, but like, it's like, guys, like we emphasise the fact that just
do you think
relax.
people overthink things instead of just enjoying the moment? Do you think people are always just thinking
well,
like...
clearly this guy is. I mean, the fact that he enjoyed them but then said 2 are more powerful than the other, that's quite personable.
Do you reckon he looks after cats?
I don't know.
Sounds like a cat fan to me.
He looks after something. I don't know if it's a cat, but no, it's a funny one. But what a way to start, you know what I mean? It's the most backhanded compliment you could possibly get. So.
But you think that's driven from expectation?
I think personal expectation. I think he like Alan said. I think it's a case of him going, actually, this is how I want to be. This is how I want to be. This is how I want to eat it. And if you don't deliver it in this way, there's a problem. Yeah. Yeah. Instead of like actually going, I'm going to upstairs to enjoy how they deliver it, he's turned up and gone, no, this is how I want it delivered, and that's not a product, is it?
Do you think that's the beauty in the subjectivity in restaurants? What you said to earlier, me and you might go to the same restaurant and take 2 different things. Isn't that actually what you want? You want to evoke some subjectivity.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, those were amazing. If everyone liked the same thing, it just, you know.
But also, I don't want all more reviews about food, and clearly they're not. I mean, the 5-star is actually going into the culture and how people are. That's a product to me. It's not just the fucking food, it's a product.
Well, that subjectivity comes out because there's one here, which is centred around the Thai course. So it says... Let me find it.
So is this not the same guy?
No, different guy. So I've just picked out bits of it that I thought were interesting, because most of them are absolute waffle. Good. I'll be honest. This one cracked me up, actually. I'll start with this one. On arrival, I was not impressed by the steep staircase and entrance. The restaurant's called fucking Upstairs, right? Like, what is wrong with this place?
We get this far too often.
No, you don't.
Far too often.
Wow.
We'll get delivery drivers actually delivering to Upstairs, and they'll go, I've been told to leave them at the bottom of the stairs. I said, who the fuck by? And he'll be going, the depot. So the depot's gone out their way to tell you, you know that one drop out of fucking 50 you've got in that day? Yeah, don't go upstairs. Of course they have, mate. Yeah. Shut the fuck up. Yeah. Bring them upstairs.
Get them up.
That's the end of it. Like, mate, we get it all the time.
Did you have it? Was that bad when you dropped your tables off?
I mean, he had an excuse to leave them downstairs, to be honest. But no, but we've had one the other week where he did it, and the guy dropped him off, and then he couldn't get back out because they had that much to deliver. So Mike was standing upstairs, and he was like, "Mate, what are you doing?" Yeah. And he went, "Oh, well, I can't get out now." Yeah, I know, mate, because you just blocked yourself in with our delivery that should be up here. Well, I've been told to leave them down. Yeah, cool. Okay, we've heard that, mate, before. It's boring. Just fucking thing.
Just get them up.
Ridiculous. But then, I've alluded to this before on a previous podcast when we came back off our break, 2.5 weeks, and we've chatted about this year, and it's been difficult. So I was like, the first service after a break, 2.5 weeks, you're all tanned, you're all relaxed, you're all this, you're all that, you're full of energy. I really engage and boost them around. I'm like, guys, let's fucking smash it tonight. Do you know what I mean? We've got 3 months till Christmas. Let's fucking enjoy it. We're like, yeah, fucking hell, yeah. And everyone's going, oh, come on, let's do it.
It's Sparta.
Literally, it is like that. It literally is like everyone's like,
just getting people back into the routine.
Do you know what I mean? And we go, hello, you're here. You know what I mean? Welcome to Upstairs.
Sorry, there's a box in the way.
Yeah, sorry about the stairs.
Sorry, there's fucking DPD, you know.
Other brands are available.
Yeah, literally, yeah. And... mate, doorbell went. So we were like, they're keen, okay. 20 minutes before the table, super. So I went downstairs, opened it up. Good evening, how are you? Why isn't there a rail on the left-hand side?
Oh, wow.
So we said, sorry? No, why isn't there a rail on the left-hand side? And we said, oh, well, you need to go up to management straight away and explain to them why there isn't a rail on the left-hand side. Fucking welcome back. Fucking boom. If this is for the next 3 months, fucking fantastic.
I mean, just to close this section down, like there's a probably a light-hearted point in that a lot of these you could probably look and laugh, but there's a serious point of there is probably some good feedback in it in some of them.
Yeah.
What do you do with that? And then also, how do the more negative ones affect you? If you read something, it kind of rings true, and you think, actually, they might have a point. Like, what do you do with that?
Well, that's a cracking question, and that was very much my philosophy when we first opened. So, like, you're unsure when you first open because you have an idea of spending 15, 16 years in the industry, how you want your restaurant to look. But again, you're not the 40 customers that are coming in every single service to have it. You get a pretty decent idea and think, okay, this is how I want to deliver it, this is how I want to produce it. Hopefully, this is good. Some people will not so much negative critiquing you, which I think is really valuable. A lot of our customer related changes at Upstairs has come from that. So I think it's a fantastic platform for that side of things. And to be quite honest, even with the delivery, I mean, we questioned the guy who had messaged saying about the section. We still question it. We still say, guys, is it worth like saying to guests, actually, eat this one first? But we're like, no, because it's not us, and no, it's not relevant. Actually, it's not, and that's when I come to the point where actually he expected and wanted us to deliver it in a particular way, not coming to Upstairs for Upstairs, coming to Upstairs for him. Yeah. And I'm like, actually, no, mate, allow us to do what we do, and if you don't like it, that's fine. But there's nothing wrong with the product. You would have preferred it to be delivered in a different way.
Do you think that's because he's gone somewhere really formal and gone this one, and then because you do, we've all eaten in a restaurant where they set rules and they want you to do things in a way and they want you to experience it. So maybe it's just that
subjective
comparison. But again, you don't want to be compared to another restaurant. You're at Upstairs for Upstairs. You're not there because somewhere else was good.
We want guests to get on board with that, and equally be happy on both. So if you do want to be that, that's fine. Go there for that, but come to Upstairs for something a bit different. Yeah. You don't want the same fucking thing every time you go out. Like have that variation between experiences.
Sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
Shall I make some cocktails?
Come on,
yes, please.
Get it sorted.
I've got a couple of chefy questions while I make a couple of drinks.
Let's go.
I started my business from absolute bugger all, from a place of working for people, being fed up, and just being in the hamster wheel places where I'm either going to get off and out of the industry or trying to find a change, trying to make it. It's always the way you go, I work for myself and life will be easier, and you work out actually it's 10 times harder.
Yeah, it is.
My first year was the most exciting ride of my life, and then I kind of said to you earlier, the second year was where it's like it's all a bit real, the dust has settled, and I actually found my second year in business to be far more challenging. And I think you've done a year, you have a reputation, you're checking for repeating guests, and I found that my second year I questioned what I was doing more often than not. Have you ever been in not in what you were doing, like as chefs, passionate, but actually are people ready for what I'm doing? Am I cooking the right food? Am I cooking for me? Am I cooking for my guests? Is this the direction I need? Has there ever been one tiny part of you that thought, am I in the right area, or is this offering ready? Is the area ready for the offering? Have you ever questioned yourself more than once where you think, have I done the right thing? Have you ever kind of second guessed yourself with that kind of, what's that thing where you're not sure if you're in the right place? What's it called where you're not sure if you're doing the right thing? Imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome.
Have you ever been in that position where you think, I'm too ahead of it here, or...
I'm going to be honest. Our background's obviously very different. Yeah. To be fair, so I had probably a lot of opportunities before I opened Upstairs to potentially open Upstairs, if that makes sense. It wouldn't have been Upstairs, but that makes sense. And I think the validation of being at Adams gave me an amazing platform to be able to almost treat that as a guinea pig, where I could test everything. So all my fears. You allude to and sort of thoughts and everything and the changes that I did there. I was allowed to do it in someone else's
dry run.
But literally, it was like a 3-year dry run. It wasn't it wasn't just 10 minutes. It was like a 3-year dry run where I saw a real improvement in me, in food, in management, etc. So I was so ready to open my restaurant, and. But what I was also very, very aware of that I didn't want to just recreate the wheel from an instant Upstairs. I wanted to actually from a financial perspective as well, we couldn't afford to just go all out with caviar, foie gras and truffle. Like, we had to sort of bring it all back and become accessible. And our Sunday lunch menu was 30 quid. Our 3-course lunch menu was 30 quid.
Still?
No, it was. It isn't now.
Put me in. Put me in, I'm in. I'll have two.
And then the tasting menu was 77 quid, I think. I've still got it on the wall.
Insane value.
It was 7 courses, 77 quid. And I've still got it on the wall now because it reminds me of where the business was, which I think is really nice.
Growth.
I walk into the office every time and I smile when I see it. I mean, it's just like it's a standard thing. So actually answering your question is I can totally agree with the 1 to 2 to 3. I think the first year was very much sort of, getting to understand who you are. Yeah, absolutely.
Excitement.
But actually you're getting all this amazing feedback. What you originally thought has now worked because guests are coming in and enjoying it. And then, like you've alluded to, repeat guests are coming back. But then with Michelin, the expectation was just all of a sudden just in a different level. So I was like, after 4 months, I was like, fuck, like, I wasn't expecting that. Wow, incredible. But my God, we're going to have a different calibre of custom now.
And the expectation may
has
slightly
changed.
ramp up.
Also, are we ready for that? Are we able to actually deliver that product that we want? So that was always a difficult one as well. But again, you just manage it with the experience. And I always say to people, like, don't rush into your own business. Like, make sure you actually go, I'm fucking more than ready. I can cope with all this. Because to be honest, the food is actually the last thing you think about.
I totally agree.
It's the actual management of staff, customers, exactly, and the management of money is and to get someone who can support you in that way is imperative.
I opened my restaurant in just over the height of COVID.
Same.
The day we opened to our customers, I had £300 in the business bank. We started from absolute bits. We didn't even have the money to afford the first wine order. Had a bit of debt from COVID and a bit of goodwill in the bag, but other than that, not a pot to piss in. I don't know, listening to a few other pods and you talk, and you've similar in terms of you started from a place where it was small and you've grown it organically. That hunger, starting with nothing and knowing there's not a great deal behind you and it can't fail, I feel sets you apart to other situations. And I think your mindset and the way you look at more the financial structure, like if you can get going with bugger all and grow it to something, it should give you the confidence. And then there's no roof, there's no ceiling now.
Well, like I think we said, there's a restaurant in London called Hyde, and I think the staircase alone cost £2 million quid. I think it was Ollie, And that's just someone who can clearly, whoever can spend £2 million on a staircase is London. There's a need or a place for that in London if there is.
Sure.
I mean, I can build £2 million staircases if anyone's interested. Hook us up, guys.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I've got a staircase. I don't think I'll spend £2 million.
No handrail, Mate, no one likes that staircase by the sounds of things.
The staircase is going.
Come on, then. Let's do it. What we got in here, then, Al?
So we've got some charred pineapple juice, lime, and this wonderful banana rum. Tom, tell us about the banana rum.
No, that drink is fucking delicious.
Yeah, it's too good, that.
Wow. Proper punch, mate.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I went bold on the percentages.
You fucking got it.
It's Wednesday lunchtime. Let's go.
Come on.
It's free, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Banana rum. So, it goes quite nicely with the fact of Great British Menu. So, first of all, I'd never thought in a million years, more James, you saying about your career, I never thought in a million years I'd be known for a fucking banana and a pie. Do you know what I mean?
Question on that later.
Fucking wild, that is. But, as you do, is it entrepreneurial and just trying to extend the growth of that product as much as you can instead of just leaving it at Great British Menu Studios. We thought, fucking hell, one's going on the menu straight away because it fits really well. But also, what else can we do with it? And that was it. And Charlotte's background is drinks, my wife, and we'd always talked about doing our own business together. Upstairs is mine because at the time it became fruition. We were like, no, we need that support from Charlotte, and she had a fantastic job at the time. And now she's come on the fold, which is great. But twofold, it's the names in the clues in the name. Essentially, it's two backgrounds coming together and creating something from both backgrounds. So the spirit essence is from Charlotte, and then the flavour combination is very much from me, and it marries something, it gives something away with that, and the banana is just been grown and birthed from Great British Menu, and the fact that we use rum with the banana dish anyway. And we were like, well, let's just do it. And it's super unique.
We're going to have, for reference, we're going to have to let you explain the banana link just in case anyone hasn't seen.
Yeah.
No, of course,
There's nobody in this country that doesn't.
I don't know. I think as soon as I put the outfit on, as soon as I put the outfit on, it was just fucking game over. To be honest. So. But no, so I was fortunate enough to be invited onto Great British Menu Series 18, and it was celebrating, or the brief was celebrating illustration and animation. And you have they're called regional steers, and that basically the casting team and the production team will send you a list of regional steers where you can essentially create a dish that will then, be created for that particular steer. And in this interpretation was Banana Man.
Makes you happy just hearing it.
It's
but the listening's only half of it.
Well, there was honestly there was hundreds, and I went down the list, and then Banana Man was down there, and the narrator was from Buxton in Derby, and I was like, that's a fucking link straight away, and I was like, I used to watch it, and I was just like, well, what epitomises Banana Man? It was the fact that this young kid Eric Wimp eats a banana and turns into a fucking superhero. That's basically what it is. So I was like, how can I create that in a dish? Well, so for me, it's like when people go, how did he think of just putting a banana on a plate? And I'm like, well, that's the whole show. It's like Eric eats a banana and turns into. So it's like, well, if I did anything else, then it wouldn't make sense. That was it, and it was just this meticulous journey of creating not only the shape and the feel and the delivery of it with the cloche, and it was they'd actually designed, the producers actually designed of Banana Man designed a one-off image of Eric Wimp's head going upwards into Banana Man, and they were like, we want that on your dish, and I was like. So the producers were like, this is like really rare that they actually like give you an actual fucking image. And I'm like, this is meant. They just love the idea, and I was just like, this is all through the production. So then I got Tony Shepherd, who's got a 3D printer, and he was like, I'll 3D print those stickers and fucking stick it on the cloche. And I was like, fucking sounds amazing. Right. So it was like a frosted cloche, and people were like, what's underneath there? Lift it up, and it's just, I was like, is that a banana? And I'm like, yes, it is. Literally. And they go into it, and it also, like, for me, it's like my focus and my delivery is all about food and flavour. That's it. Yeah. So when they actually go into it, it's not hollow. It's not like, oh, this is a bit shit. Actually, it looks good, but it's actually, oh my fucking, this is unreal. There's chocolate coated popping candy in there, which again was in there because like the wow effect of you, oh, is something happening? Do you know what I mean? It's like, as well, exactly. And then on the side was this like actual dessert, which was like a rum smoked banana sponge with caramelised bananas, banana ice cream, pecan granola. Where it was like, that is fucking delicious. But then the banana rum, we were using a very standard rum, navy rum style from. Many available in many supermarkets.
Other brands are available.
And we were like, oh, it doesn't taste like, it just tastes like rum, like, don't we? What could we do something? And then we sort of started research and saw the market was completely bleak. And I was like, well, that's it. And then with that, obviously the branding has come from all the fair trade stickers that you get on bananas. We've then created something. So GBM's on there, and Upstairs is on there, Lone Star, Michelin's, which I think is amazing, and Charlie's on there, I'm on there, and they're just stickers that you can obviously connect to, which I think is really personal.
What's great is people that you've touched, whether they've watched you, they've eaten, they've not eaten, they can take a little part of that home and still feel connected. Because I think modern dining, people love being connected to the chefs, where it's social media, eating in the restaurant. People love that kind of accessibility that comes.
Absolutely.
And I think being able to sort of support and take away from somewhere you've been, and like every time you open the drawer, it's a pen or a bottle of rum or anything like that going.
Oh, remember that?
That was fucking sick. We need to go back there. And I think that's like, not only is it good marketing and it's good for business, but also you're reigniting that kind of memory for them, and I think it's good.
It's a week old. A week and a bit old. We launched last Monday, and the majority of the purchases were purely from Upstairs guests that wanted us to continually support, and that is just just fucking magic.
Testament to what you've built.
Absolutely,
to the culture.
Emails saying, can we get it from Upstairs? Can we come in? And it is available only to our guests. It's not a shop at the end of the day. So, but we've got a few bottles at the restaurant that we just like, guys, if you want to purchase one from the restaurant, you can, and that's fucking magic.
So does that mean we've got a table then? Now we've done it in reverse.
The reverse way
we've done it in reverse. We can have the rum, so we can have a table now. Yeah, perfect.
We can always
about getting a table. I've got a voice note I need to play for you. Bear me 2 seconds as well.
No, it's fine. You load it up, mate.
So, for context, this is my fantastic butcher, and I think you'll know when you've got a good one, they mean everything to you. Yeah. So obviously a bit excited and a bit of a GBM fan, and just someone that's generally excitable to meet people that match their space. I was letting him know that I might have the opportunity to talk to an absolute G, the Banana Man, and let me just make sure it's the right one and not Mum telling me what's
I was going to say, not on that group chat, please.
Hi James, it's Dave the Grumpy Butcher here. Just a quick call to wish you good luck on your forthcoming podcast with Mr. Tom Shepherd. And a gentle reminder that we'd love to be able to eat his restaurant, but can never get booked in. If you drop a few hints, that'd be great. Okay, mate. Back to work. Cheers.
So basically, he said he'd slip me 50.
He was quite professional, that was.
So the backstory is he's going to slip me 50 quid if I can put in a good word. Can we send him a voice note that you're happy and I'll just split it 25-25? Or
I'll give you the proper answer off camera.
Yeah.
But no, of course, mate. We can do something.
Dave, I've got it sorted, mate. Send him bank deets now, bro. Good time for the quick fires.
I reckon we quick fire it off.
There's only one rule, and that's just a quick answer.
Instant. Don't think about it. Okay.
Should I have my finger over the bleeping button just in case?
Yeah, I don't know. I think most of them I can ask. I'll go with the more sensible ones.
Okay.
Have you ever eaten as a guest in your restaurant?
Yes.
Anxiety, relaxed, proud, stressed?
All of the above, yeah.
Yeah,
All of the above,
just
Not trying to be too overcritical, but then at the same time being realistic with the fact that actually it is my food, so I can be critical. But also being proud of the fact that fuck me, man, this is actually my.
You're sat in your own restaurant and it's special. Fucking sick.
Yeah, we had a really late lunch cancellation on the chef's table.
Yeah.
And I just said,
I'll fill it.
It was at 11:30. I was like, fuck it. You know what? I'm going to fucking eat on there. And they're like,
and how amazing for your guys, again, talking back to development.
Exactly.
He's sat in here, we're feeding him, he's buzzing.
Exactly.
Right, next quick fire. Wait, should I choose a more sensible one?
No, do.
Okay.
Just go through it.
you feel relaxed.
Okay. You're not allowed to think about it, and if you don't answer quickly, then we'll just assume. Would you rather tongue Viv on the lips with a hairy, with like a little hairy tash we're assuming she has?
Yeah.
Or dress as Banana Man for a month during the whole service?
Banana Man for a month.
Okay.
Easy.
Sounds.
Happily do that.
Just making notes. Viv would you rather.
Right. Yeah,
Can we prepare the supermarket sweet music quickly? Can we prepare the room?
Yeah, bear with me.
Just make sure we get the button right.
He won't get it right.
I will. It's the red one.
Give him a chance. Dale Winton wants to know, with your supermarket sweep chance, what 3 things are you going to grab off the shelves for a perfect summer barbecue? You've got 30 seconds, 3 items. Tom, the floor is yours. What are you putting in your basket?
Is that still playing?
Go.
Man, massive. Fuck.
Tom answers.
Yeah, I'll definitely do a rib of beef.
Yeah.
I think barbecue rib of beef is absolutely unbelievable. And I'm just thinking garnishes. So I actually love when potatoes are wrapped in foil, but you drizzle them with loads of flavoured oil, salt, pepper, herbs, etc. And then just barbecue them. Potatoes wrapped in foil. It's fucking delicious. And then literally the last 10 minutes, just leave them on the coals. Honestly, it's unbelievable.
Rib of beef,
potatoes.
What's the third?
Man, I'm going to just go.
It's going to have to be a legume in it. It's going to have to be some vegetable.
Yeah, no, you know what? It's not, mate. Yeah, I like
another
that.
meat.
Yeah,
another
rib. No. I'm going to go really fucking classic, and I'm going to go corn on the cob.
Oh, yeah.
Corn on cob.
Nice. Corn on cob.
Beef
corn on
and
the cob.
potatoes.
And potatoes. Mate.
Very good.
Yeah,
cool.
So simple. But
Yeah,
just,
no, rib of beef is what I go
I'm
to.
not going to overthink it, chef.
So Viv, gold,
Beef.
right. I think you would have been asked this before, and we already know one of them. We've already mentioned it.
Go on.
Apart from a knife and your chefs and all the other bits, and I'm talking more gizmos and gadgets, what 3 things could you not live without in your kitchen?
Yeah, it's a cracking question. I think Thermomix is definitely one of them. I think that has become quite an invaluable part of upstairs, well, part of a kitchen in general, to be quite honest. The other ones, I mean, to be fair, we don't massively use gadgets, if I'm being brutally honest.
Barbecue.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say that's a gadget. I thought that's an imperative piece of equipment that we require.
A necessity.
I think it becomes a
Blok
necessity.
Barbecue is available.
Yeah, I think
No other brands are available.
But
saying that,
for legal reasons, they are.
Correct.
not to that level.
Yeah.
Not to that level.
So thermo.
Yeah, thermo barbecue. That is a piece of equipment that is a necessity. But let's go with barbecue, definitely. Third one is, I'm going to go really boring, mate. To be honest, like actual pans is essential. Like a good quality pan. You know what I mean? If you want to get in like sear on your scallops, etc., invest in a class cast iron. Yeah, perfect.
Mine, if anyone asks, is thermo microplane palette knife.
Oh, we call them a gazunder.
Because I do as well, but normally the bigger fish ones, you giz under the fish.
Yeah,
but I mean,
yeah.
like like a little plating up one. It's got sausage fingers.
Yeah. Tweezers are good. As well.
I feel I don't need tweezers for. I just need a glove.
Yeah, straight on.
But yeah, no, microplane I find I seem to be grating more than I've ever grated in my life.
Yeah,
With cheese and stuff. So yeah, I don't know what I'd do without that.
Class.
Anyway,
I'm with you on the old gazunder though. Definitely, that's a fine piece of equipment.
Right, so we've done live, done gold, and that. Right, okay.
When I first heard that, honestly, they were like, pass me that palette knife, the dog leg. And they're like,
You mean the gazunder?
They're like, what? And they're like, yeah. I was like, a what? They're like, a gazunder.
I think it comes from Australian culture.
Yeah,
on the
it's
other
probably.
side, and I think it's
I've never heard of it.
yeah. Shark is the gazunder, mate. Yeah. Fucking trying to get this bloody shrimp off the barbie. That doesn't come across as racist.
No.
Right, one restaurant that changed your perception of dining, service or food. You walked in, you were like, shit. I wasn't expecting it, or I can't wait to get back in my kitchen, because I find when I've gone and eat somewhere that I've been inspired by, all it makes me want to do is get back into my kitchen and work harder. So like, what is the one place that you can think of recently, make it easier for this year, that you've been where it's gone, shit?
Yeah, the Ledbury. All day long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely fucking unbelievable.
In what way?
In every way. So
all of the ways.
In every fucking way. It's I think it's they inspire me in every way. That's how I mention that. So from the moment you walk in, it was just the welcome you get. It's so personal. So it's not stuck up and stiff, but they look tits. You know what I mean? They're in the most immaculate suits. They look the fucking bollocks. The restaurant just opens up. It's got this huge sort of structure hanging from the ceiling, which just looks amazing. The tables are stunning, big gaps, etc. You know, you just got you feel like it's your own place, and then they just exude the most elegance throughout the delivery from a front of house perspective, but also from a food perspective, and it just wows me. Like you said, every time I just go, this is.
Does it make you want to just go back to work?
Oh, mate! But equally, you know that like they are on a level, and it's like. This is what I'd love to aspire to be, but at the same time, like they've worked very hard and they've got an incredible team to obviously get there, and they didn't start like that. Obviously,
that's what I was going to say. Like knowing
they grew
that
into
they
that.
didn't open as a 3-star. They didn't open with the like at your level, there's a hell of a lot of people. Like there's a majority behind you that are looking up to you. So you still having a place that you can go to eat.
Absolutely.
And it's like it's not like you get to a point where it's like, well, we've passed past go and we've collected our 200 quid now. No. The next level is always there, and there's always someone.
I think that's really good for them, because they're 3-star, but they keep evolving, they keep improving. It's just the most inspiring thing, and that's the food was one, the delivery is one, the engagement's another. The fact that in that one restaurant they've got a fucking they're growing mushrooms at the bottom of the stairs where you go to the toilets, and it's just like, you fucking joke. It's like
It blew your mind.
You actually joke. You know what I mean? It's just it blew my mind, mate. And it still does. I've been fortunate to be there 4 times. It actually I can honestly say I hear this about upstairs sometimes, which is lovely, but you don't put it into context. But when you're a customer and you actually say this is actually improved, and I'm like, how the fuck is it improving? And we booked in there in Jan, and I can't wait to go. I'm just going. Even if it isn't, even if I don't go there, going, I don't know if it was. I won't, because I love it. You know what I mean? I just know it's gonna.
And that's that validation that you are still pushing forward and evolving.
Definitely.
Because if someone comes back second or third time, like the first time was,
you
want to hear that.
Of course you do.
And I think that's amazing. The Ledbury is one of those restaurants where it's an absolute pinnacle, right? It's
I think so.
It's just the mothership, and chefs. I don't think you'll find a chef to say a bad word. It's been.
Well, exactly.
And even if you haven't been the power.
Yeah. I think that's another thing, like you said. I think when chefs go there as well and actually see it, it's like, okay, this place is fucking real.
I need to get back to work. and
literally
get
and
a centerpiece like that.
And yeah.
Child memory that was a food hell that you're now obsessed with. Is there something that as a kid, and you don't remember that transition, but something you wouldn't have touched as a kid that now you're like, full circle moment. Jesus Christ, I love this. And
Fish. All fish. I mean, it's my favourite section in the kitchen. Yeah, and I fucking love it.
The jeopardy involved as well.
I remember my dad. I remember going to Torquay when I was probably like 14, and my dad had a crab baguette, and I was like, fucking Dad. And there's ham, literally there's ham, and there's fucking cheese, and there's fucking BLTs and coronation chicken, and you're fucking going for crab. And he's like, mate, it's like caught from out there. I was like, yeah, it stinks. And I'm literally like going down to Cornwall, I'm actually thinking about a crab again. You know what I mean? I'm how you fucking
and
change?
You don't remember when that changes, do you?
No way. But what's leading you is your stomach. It's like your belly's going, get that fucking crab baguette. And I'm like, what? You fucking hate it. You know what I mean? It's mental. Yeah. It's mental how you change.
Do you cook on Christmas Day?
I am, and I can't fucking wait.
Who's the sous chef?
Charlie.
Yeah.
Of course, absolutely,
and are we turkey or are we four ribbon?
We're beef Wellington.
Wellington English.
Fancy.
Yeah, we are, to be fair. I'm a fucking big fan of it. I'm a big fan of pastry. I'm a big fan of fucking wellies, mate, to be fair. Big fillet, fucking whap it. I don't do any of the fucking stuff inside.
You don't know doing like the lattices and stuff.
Oh, fuck off, mate. You know what I mean? The jury's out with Parma ham. I don't get that. I just whack a load of Dijon mustard, duck sal, fucking pancakes, boom, in you get. You can have that. Nice gravy. That's all we want in it, do you know what I mean?
That's what you want, bit of beef.
So turkey's as dry as a...
Although smoking a turkey.
Oh, wrong button.
I think it's a game changer.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, just perfect timing.
I love smoking a turkey.
I taught a class.
Breast or leg?
Breast.
For turkey, okay.
So I'm going smoked.
Are you smoking?
Brine, 24 hour, smoke it.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
All the butter in the world, though. Wrap it. All the butter.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Sing to it when it's in. I sing Oasis in the Verve.
I just stroke it when it's in there.
Just so underrated.
I'm a man. Just like, don't dry up. I was teaching a class with a charcoal oven not so long ago, and we took a turkey. And basically, it was a charcoal oven with a door. This is before, we spent. Basically, I got my own oven.
Yeah.
Another brand we won't mention. Anyway,
dick.
I'll just fuck myself.
I hope that's in the bin.
Awkward. Anyway,
take his headphones off him.
Yeah.
Salt bacon.
Just mute him.
Put me in a funny voice while I tell the story. It's what I deserve.
I can't do it. I can't. That is beyond my capabilities. I'm sorry.
I took a chicken the night before in this. I got delivered this oven, do a class on. It's a charcoal oven, and I've done a chicken, salt baked it, done it a million times. I was like, fuck it, tomorrow for them, I'm going to do it. It's a turkey, four key turkey, not a particularly big one.
Yeah.
Just got everyone to salt bake it, fucked it in the oven, shut the door, thermo pen in its arse, sorted, turn around, do the other bits and bobs. What I didn't account for is the swelling of the turkey, and getting the fucker out. There was a point where I thought, when the door opened, I'd have to carve it in the oven. So I was like, guys, we're going to go into a quick ad break now. Literally. Elevator music and sort of send them for a coffee. And there's me with one foot on the fucking oven. They have one on this turkey. Get out, you cunt! I got it out. But so my relationship with turkey is pretty healthy.
Sounds it,
But it come out really good, to be fair. And it's something that I'm going to do probably again. But it was just...
Let us know.
I'll show you a picture after, but... we salt baked the whole turkey, and actually that was all right, to be fair.
I'm not someone who's like, I don't want turkey. It's just
fuck turkey.
You just want beef.
I want. Yeah, I haven't had a Wellington all year. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, so that just gets the nod.
Come on. I think we've had a great time, haven't we?
Are we lovely? Yeah. When do we sacrifice? I guess now.
Yeah, I think we do it. We do it with the pineapple.
Yeah,
it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while, mate. But
clear the table.
But mate, thank you for coming in. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah,
we've had a good time, and here's to the next one.
Absolutely.
And I think we'll finish this little time.
Yeah, do it. Let's do it.
Cheers, bro.
Nice one. Thank you so much, Tom.
Cheers, boys.
Thank you.
Decent.